Hey everyone, welcome back to WORKWORKWORK, which is this puzzle book where you need to draw a line between aliens to make a matching shape. In the last part, in like a day, I coded this interactive tool that helps visualize what is even happening when the shapes connect, and you can see like it even tracks like collisions, because if you go into a block multiple times, it counts as a clone. This is all like chapter 1 and 2 stuff. And see, I've made even more unnecessary UI upgrades. Now, we last left off with this reveal that there were like these different block types that didn't really seem to matter, other than like distinguishing different block colors from each other. But now, in this, turns out, this chapter 3 art is major foreshadowing, because as it turns out, even though we were playing with this brown brick, and we thought, oh, that's just to differentiate from the gray brick, it's different because it's a creation that comes from collisions. This is what you need to know. Like, it doesn't tell you. It's a rule discovery book. You have to intuit that's the rule. And here, of course, I have ported it here, and I can draw the line, and... okay, I should show off some of the new changes in this interface. I talked about this in the last video, but now when you're inside a block, it shows a projection of where you would come out of if you were to come out of that slot. Also, connections, they're not two-way. I don't know, I wondered if it would get too cluttered, so for now there's only one point. I could have also done colored lines, but now the connection point here corresponds to the, well, the extra added color overlay here. But if you try to connect this block to itself, it would effectively making an L shape here. Like, it would just hit itself and cause two collisions here, which is not the intended shape. We solved this puzzle last episode, so I'm just like showing it off. We can do this, we can do this, but no, it's here. And I even have auto rotation now, so the shape will rotate to the correct one. You can see the collision corresponds to this red block here. And we, of course, need to connect both aliens, and there we go. This is the next level. I did get the comments about this visualization tool maybe making it too easy to do trial and error, which I think is valid. So let's look at this. Like, of course, I do generally start levels with things that are forced. So it's not completely like a brute force. Like, I understand the idea here. So this is like already making a rectangle in some way. So just rotating it, I feel like I have the idea of what the shape is. Like, imagine this shape for a moment. I'm basically turning it into this. Like, that is the stack, right? This one is forced to go here. So that's if that's a forced connection, that... actually, no. Like, this part of the line is not connecting. I think it's one of these that needs to connect to the upside-down edition of here, which to me looks like it's here. Let's connect here and here together. There it is, right? There you go. And of course the green there is just like my own notation. It's not a real part of the level. So there you go. And you can also see there was no room to branch out or do anything like that. Alright, let's have fun and like spam colors for no reason whatsoever. And then get it wrong on purpose and try to spam copies. Alright, nice. Add the Since You're a Deltarune fanfic. So, oh yeah, this next one is annoying to annotate, and I hope that there's not many more puzzles like this, because I really don't want to make another modifier to blocks that, like, accounts for the stupid eyes. We're just gonna imagine that they work. But up there you can clearly see there's like a 1 and a 2. So we need to have two eyes stack into each other. I guess that's, like, that's very easy to forget. Alright, no one asked, but guess what? We have brick images as features now, so yay. Alright, let's start with this. I mean, like, we have to do this at one point. But it is strange. I mean, we know which ones have to overlap and which don't because of this. I see there's 4 dots here. Which we either combine this twice, which is honestly suspicious, or this twice. I mean, this twice plus this, or the bottom right one twice. I don't even know what more to say. Like, I think I even shown this in the video before, like this video. The interaction is the bottom two are going to collide, and we'll get a stacked eye here, a stacked single as this one moves here, and then the bottom right will be a stacked double. There we go. Well, it doesn't include level 28, so don't celebrate yet. Once again, this move is forced, but... I mean, now probably the top right's gonna come in. But it is a little bit... I think this square needs to be the one that overlaps with this, because we can't do a 2-eye. Okay, I think I have something. It's here. There we go. Well, I did visualize it, and I think I got it right in my head, but you can't tell the inside of my head right now. Alright, level 20. Oh my god. Is that what happens when brick stacks on brick? Oh my god. Oh my god. Now that is a reveal. I think it was like 2, 3, 4. Not 4, 9, 16. Unless there's some super troll where brick means stack 4 times actually, but I don't think we're doing this. I thought I'd do a background change for some variety, but what do we do? Well, not insta connect. I know that for sure. So when you do, like, there's no way that the brick block is at the bottom corner, so we will rotate this so that the brick is here. And then since there's already a gray here, as I add to this and stack, the better it is. But we're not exiting out there, so let's use the projection. We're not even doing this either, because I mean that's just like sideways, and even if this did work, I'm just showing this, by the way, I know that doesn't work, right? It juts out horribly, so we need to change it so that we exit from the upper location, which is over here. Now this is gonna jut out left if I do it. Yeah, okay, so we'll do it this way and then we're done. There we go. Yes, the color naming is like not really correct. Like these bricks are like, well, the brick is pink, this is green, this is yellow. Again, I don't have all the collision data nonsense. It's just no. That would be just ridiculous. The next level. A 3x3 with a green in the middle and this. Taiji shape. Alright. Alright, is it just me or the shape is extremely obvious in the way that it's going to stack in here? If you imagine that this is the shape, then we add one here, and we add one here, right? Except, okay, for some reason I thought it would be a straight line at first, but as you can see, it will need to do a curve into here that will not work. You literally can't do it. We are actually then probably going to curve in both in and out to get the sideways lines, yeah? Feel like we have to do something like this, and then yeah, there's a collision. Now we need a second collision. Actually, I don't think I've ruled out that like this can't. Oh god, no, 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 no! Oh god, my diagonal disaster is fighting back. Ah, god. But what I was gonna say is I haven't ruled out that the other side of the line doesn't look maybe like this. No, no, that's dumb, right? Yeah, because this point, if it was this point, then it would never be able to overlap with the middle because it's coming out of. Okay, okay. Ignore the stupidity there. But speaking of this, how would you get this collision to work? You know, I guess it would just be this. Okay, and okay, never mind. I didn't. There's no point in me showing this. It's just a huge topic derail. But the reason I had issues is because I had the red selected, but what middle click is the thing that you can use to draw the line even if a different color is selected. But the behavior I wanted only activates when it's actually the specific draw line as the selected one. You can pull back the start and the end. It's janky, but whatever. Alright, what were we doing again? We had this going on. Ooh, wait, what the? Okay, that's not good. It looks like both of them have like a want to do the exact same kind of thing. Okay, so it's kind of like the thing that I said near the start, where I actually want to exit like out the other end. Then this can be free, and then the other one uses the final, and there we go. Also, a nice showcase of the line break technology, although it's not really centered. And yeah, actually, like the swapping of the start and end is kind of fun to look at. You know, you could imagine it with the opposite start and end position. It creates the same shape after all. All right, level 31. So this is a lot of brick. I could probably imagine this gets rotated into like this shape. And then that shape is like added to this. And there's 1x1. Maybe both 1x1s have a stack. Is that even possible? We do want to be worried about like tricks after all. Like, okay, let's make space. Okay, so the potential trick is that what if it is more like this, stacked on top of. Oh, you can't mirror, so I was thinking making this shape, but no. Right, the flipped edition probably make this better. We stack these. Wait, no, no, I love this. Wait, I love that. You basically need to go here. I'm just showing like this in a very extremely general way because we're gonna need to do this kind of thing in the full solve, but be patient as I get rid of this mess. Hold on. Move that away. I already have like the shape that I want to make in my mind, by the way, like completely. Lol, it shows completion even though the collision on the top right hasn't happened yet. Okay, here. And then there. You see what I just did? That's so cool. But like the start and the end of the path both intersected with that top right one, and we needed to do that because of the situation with the 1x1, where the 1x1s couldn't normally stack into each other unless we did this specific kind of order. Now, of course, not with this open sandbox. Also, I just checked the actual book. I don't even know how I missed that there's so many eyes in here. But yeah, that would have made it even more easy. I wonder why the eyes are there. Maybe just to make it easier. Alright, we have obviously we've decided that we should start and end here. I haven't, god damn it, I haven't coded anything where we can move around the midpoints. Like, you can do, oh my god, this crap again. You can middle click to drag around the midpoints, but you can't remove them easily, so I'm not doing very well at this. But anyway, so the rotation shows that this is down, but is that actually good? It feels like it should be up. Am I crazed for this? Why did I think it'd be up? Like, okay. The reason is because I was like too focused on like, oh, what about this R shape and how to connect to the top right of that, when really I should be thinking about the rotated edition. And if I'm thinking about the rotated edition of this, then the top right of that is over here. Like it there. Okay, so restart the level and just connect that way. All right, and now where should I exit to attach that R? It kind of feels like it's just here, like you exit from, nope, not there, from above, boom. Okay, we have the shape now, we just need to add the collision, and we're done. There we go. Collision and collision are over here. Yes, I know that, like, the pink square does not immediately make you think, oh yeah, that represents brick with an I, and then yellow cube represents a gray with an I. sorry, but like, okay, we need the green and the yellow. Okay, to start this, I mean, we could only go through that one time. We cannot get cloned, so we need to clone this one, clearly. But, like, I guess we need to figure out whether this is actually this or here. Which one is that actually? Because maybe we could rotate this and that'd be very good. Whatever the case, our clones definitely need to be, like, focusing on this spot. Yeah, it's very possible that, okay, I'm just gonna show this, like, again, I already have it in my head that you can get this sideways twice to make the bottom section. But we might need the block. We may need the gray in the middle as a midway point, for sure. So we connect to here. Something like that. Like, this is the thing I was imagining, for sure. This might actually, no, okay, actually, this particular one doesn't work because the rotation is, like, mirrored, but the general idea is there. So I did say this was forced. And then both need to also grab a copy of this 2x2. So this one can't go to the alien just yet. If I do this, then, like, okay, it's funny that it, like, shows as complete. But yeah, that would block the other alien's path, so we have to do this? Ooh, what the? Something went wrong. That's a nice show-off, by the way, though, of there's a fail check now if you go over the length or you can't make the shape. Although, it's buggy-ish, but, like, it's cool that the red flash always means that it doesn't work in some way. Okay, so if this doesn't work, the other option is that this thread is actually for you. And, well, we have some options of how to connect these. But okay, like, imagine putting this on top, putting these two on top. We're going in from the right angle side now, so just going forward is going to make this effectively sideways. We're going to add bricks on top of here. I think that's it. You can see that the bottom left one is brick, which is the usual brick, and then we're adding pink brick, which corresponds to the greens right there, and then pink, which corresponds to 2x brick, which creates the 4x4 yellow. And then, like, if we go here, that's an obvious fail. That's an obvious fail. Look at how every one of these just is black and pink. Black, pink. Okay, well, clearly this is the solution. But, oh god, I hate that it says black and pink. I edited it so that gray is 1 and pink is 2, so it's more obvious that, oh, it's like 1 plus 1, that's this, and 2 plus 2 is this yellow. I would not be surprised if I revert that change at some point. I don't know, it's weird. But it is less characters, whatever. Okay, here's level 33, we have this shape, and this looks vaguely like high, doesn't it? But there's a lot of things in the center, like, obviously, but also 3 eyes, so there's quite a limit on how many we can put in there. Okay, I think here's a way you can imagine splitting it. An eye, and an H, and then this on the bottom. In the full edition, this is, well, okay, this is stacked on top of here. These two are stacked here, except they're not actually stacked because those are filling in empty spaces. And now the bottom goes here. And now these obviously just fit in there. And I feel like that just works for it. So we could do that. We could also do the flipped version of it, though. Let's just like try to make an H and then the I, which is just the sideways edition of it. So you can do it with this, and then we connect from the side and then make a sideways middle connection, which causes these, which is what we intended. Like, we wanted the 1+1s to make the bricks. And, then we need to attach from the middle to the middle. Nice, nice cyan. Nice glow, but we can't actually get to the alien from here. Wow, there's so much space on the left and right of the level. Just invert it. Invert it and, no. What's wrong with me? No, invert it as in, like, go here, exit out, and we're done. Okay, there it goes. Okay, that was fun, though. Like, I kind of want to, like, see some of the curves things you can do with, moving it here. You could also, like, if I started a level there, that would be, like, fun. Oh! There's a level solve, a fake solve. Like, of course, like, the bricks aren't in the right positions for this to work, and the bricks and the eyes are completely overlapping, but that's funny that that's a thing. Also, we can't even, exit from that position. Well, anyway, next level. Alright, next level is, like, it's yellow, it's funny. I didn't... Okay, so, that first level that showed a 1x1. I thought it's not possible to make 1x1s that stack, but with this layer, it's more obvious than ever that the idea is that you just go around in a loop in order to stack them. The other funny thing is that this level is equivalent to the same thing, except... Oh, by the way, it also showcased that you can scroll up and down to change it, because no one would know unless I specifically showed the side of the screen, but yeah, this is equivalent. I think. I mean, who knows what distinction the next chapters might make? I don't. So, I remember there was a level all the way back. Yeah, level 11 right here. That totally wasn't just to show off the level storage or anything. And, well, this one is a little bit different because this tile was allowed to have a straight line, but otherwise, also the yellow tile here was allowed to be a straight line. And the one we're currently on, I bet all of them have to be 90-degree angles. So let's look at this one, which needs to be in a corner. Okay, we can't assume that much about it. Alright, it's a while later because I got distracted into adding the ability to add lines, which really should have been there from the start. But now I can, like, notate that this is also forced because, like, otherwise, if we don't have that, then it was to go in a straight line, which is not allowed. For this to curve, we also need to do that. Since we can't do this. Similarly, the straight line here is not allowed, so we have to do this. Like, it might be tempting to think that you could, oh, maybe you could do that, but then look at, like, it forces a straight line here. There's still something a bit wrong with the way I have the midpoints. But whatever, we can fix that later. Okay, so if that's forced, then basically that's forced. Oh god, instantly getting punished for a hack solution, by the way, in the code, because this and this don't necessarily need to connect. Just delete this point to make that more clear. Also, we can't have this connection. This one's already going out this way, so we have a connection here and here. Okay, remember before we, like, this, the situation on the top right is that it's either this way or the other way around is the way to connect to that alien. Well, if that's true, we couldn't do that because we already know that one of these is the one that's going to the alien, so this is not it. So this must connect between here and here. Let's do that. This means this one must be going in here. I need a red raw, redraw the starting line so it actually starts from the start. Alright, so it's like here, here. Oh god, don't make fun of me. Oh, so it turns out there's another 90-degree turn you can make, and that one is not good. Okay, well, I mean, we didn't screw that up that bad, because there's the other white exit that won't work at all. Ugh, of course, like, I would mess this section up. Oh my god. Okay, look, here it is. Oh, my poor toad brain has to visualize 90-degree parity, too. Okay, next level, please. This was funny because, like, it's more for the joke of, like, they switched the upper and lower sections, which I bet no one else cares that that happened, but I do because of the way that I format my puzzles. So now the playable area is the top to match the book. Okay, but This is really obvious in terms of what shapes it is, I think. It definitely looks like, whoops, oh god. We have this. Well, I was gonna say that it looked obvious, but now this would need to stack somewhere also. It's just that this is the added one, right? I just don't see how that could happen any other way. Well, the puzzle is mirrorable. It, like, as in my solution is mirrorable. In case that happens, then I make a mirrored mess out of things. Why wouldn't we just connect, like, the copy of itself? That literally just makes the shape that we need to make with the collisions. Okay, I'm getting a little bit confused about where this is coming out of. It's coming from the 1A out. So we need the big vertical here. Sideways edition. Infernalist edition. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Next one. Oh my god, the thing is on the left and this is on the right. Also, extremely rare 4-eye. You know, I thought a 4-eye was this. You're not gonna believe this, but I didn't actually add any eyes to this world. I searched there's like a 3% chance or something, so you live in a blessed timeline to see that I didn't do any edits to make this a 4-eye portal for this stupid joke. Although I was planning to add eyes if it wasn't a 4-eye, of course. Also, did you know that Deep Slate had a horizontal variant? Like, I got jump scared when I was filling in this wall, like, that this exists. Anyway, this is too much effort for this. Any pence, I'm not going to make a 4-eye graphic, so just pretend it's there. But yeah, this shape seems like it will need to come a bunch of times. It'll come twice. It'll come here and up here. That means that the total section that's blocked off is that. And we happen to need this shape. We only have 2 eyes so far, so we add the third one here. Third one is over here. And the fourth is here, right? The fourth is that one. Okay, I think we have the idea of what shape we need to make. I mean, there's really nothing else to do since the 4-eye is such a huge restrictor, and there's no other rotation of this, like, to clone this repeatedly. There's no other place that this T could fit other than the normal axis here. I've been looking at where to start for, like, a bit. Like, I don't know if I should paint a shape and then look at its potential connections. Like, I see this could potentially connect to, like, here through the bottom edge of here. It'd be like this. Maybe it needs to be rotated. Oh, no, the blue's just distracting me. Oh, God. Maybe I highlight here and here and see those connections. Like, I look at the blue one for a bit, and there's like so many options that it could connect to. The top left of this one feels the most restricted because it means that the end of a chain will need to either end with this block or this block. So there is something with the blue that is pretty relevant. So I see how if you put both of them on, you can see the way that the green could connect to blue. But since the top left is the most restricted, so it could either go here or here. Let's say that it doesn't go into here and instead is there, which would mean that the blue needs to come in and out to be collected. I feel like I should mark that point, that connection point, to make it even more obvious. Now, this point here needs to either connect this way or this way, but this one is bad. Like, look at how this is 4, which would need a rotation. If you want to make it look anything like the shape we have here, but guess what? The blue is now in the wrong rotation compared to where it is, so that's just not where it goes, so it has to go there. Let's mark the location of the eye of the blue as well. Not that you can tell. But yes, this is going upside down in relative to the solution here. I hope the visualization is good enough, but the blue is poking out upwards, which will never work. There's no connection there. So that means that we actually do start by going in here. It's forced. Also need to rotate again. Well, our other potential exit point is this. That sucks. That's even worse. Like, actually, the only good thing we can do is here. Just because we literally talked about this example before, but this matches the top of this perfectly. So that's very nice. That drastically simplifies things, and it can only connect to either the clone of itself or this bottom T shape. Sorry, I got distracted. And now the hypotheticals are actually semicolons. Anyway, you can't extend anything past here, so if it's here, we could probably attach the T-shape from there. If it's any other exit, this won't work. And here, well, we just went through all of this shape, so if we wanted to connect to the clone, we can't now, because we just connected out, use the shape completely. Okay, so we're doing this and connecting to the T, yeah? Is it underneath? I guess it has to be. Now we connect the clone of this piece, meaning we need an exit of here. Nope, no. I think it's here. Yep, there is. Oh, looks like that's the end of that chapter. Oh god. It's wait a minute. I didn't know this map was related to the conglomerate, and it's fascinating slideshow gameplay. Just kidding, love you, Sacrifice. But yes, this It looks like there are eyes in empties, although the other characters being spammed, I mean, they were spammed in the previous chapters, but it's making me worried about, like, what other, like, pairs of lines could mean. Like, does it mean the line is gonna branch eventually? And what is this? I'm just gonna predict what's gonna happen before it happens. Not that it's succeeding. It's, okay, what if it's that the eyes have some meaning when they look at each other, maybe? But I have seen before that eyes could be adjacent to each other, but this seems to be going across empty space in some interesting way. Okay, this book tab has been on my browser for like 25 minutes at least, and I don't have any idea. I mean, it's called Sacrifice, so maybe blocks get destroyed by gaps between, but then this one, I don't know what it would be unless diagonals count, so we're just gonna scroll down and see what the reveal is. At formation, a worker must choose a role/destiny. They can work on the raw material. They can become the pure material. Love is scarce, but essential to work. Sacrifice separate artists forever. A worker. Does that mean, like, aliens can become blocks in some way? Like, if it's in the middle of the path, then it becomes a different kind of block. So there's, like, an idea of choosing which player character is gonna become a block, maybe? I was kind of suspicious now the eye is like kind of the same color as the player character. And then the eye means, well, I don't know. Like an eye means that the player character has died on that square. Maybe. Okay, let's go. What do you mean, eye? Oh, okay. Well, I feel proud of myself, goodbye. Hey, I was looking through some of the early pages. It's very interesting. It thoroughly tests visualization and spatial reasoning skills. Hmm.